Hey fellow garden gnomes, this is Brittany. Welcome back to my channel where I'm building an urban homestead on a third of an acre. Last week I did a video where I talked about the development of my food forest, and I've since realized that perhaps not everybody is familiar with that term. So I thought I would do a quick video just explaining what a food forest is. In the simplest of terms, a food forest is a form of agriculture that aims to replicate the nature of a forest. Why do we want to replicate a forest? Because a forest is a self-maintaining system, which means that when it's created by humans, it does require an initial amount of external input and time to establish itself. Once it does, it will actually keep itself going and producing on its own because the needs of the system are actually being met by things that are being produced within the system. Now that doesn't mean that you won't still occasionally want to add compost and mulch to improve harvests or to maintain your ability to walk through the food forest unencumbered, but the time and energy required is still drastically less than monoculture agriculture or a traditional garden demands. Most sources would say that a food forest consists of 7 different layers. However, I would actually argue that there is an 8th one. So the 7 most commonly known ones are the canopy layer, which are the large fruit and nut trees, as well as other trees that may be included in the system for supportive purposes because perhaps they fix nitrogen. You have the understory layer, which are the shorter fruit and nut trees. You have the shrub layer, which are often berry bushes. You have the herbaceous layer, which are plants that grow above the ground and include, say, perennial greens. You have the ground cover layer, which are often berries that grow close to the ground. You have the root layer, which are tubers and rhizomes. And then you have the vine layer, which often include fruit as well. The 8th layer that I mentioned that I would add would be fungi, because there are numerous edible fungi that you can grow on wood chips or on trees. You just need to inoculate the wood chips and the trees with the mycorrhiza. The great thing about all these layers is that they're all types of plants that are able to grow together in harmony, and that's because they all have different sun, water, nutrient, and spacing requirements. There's a lot more that I could discuss in relation to food forests, but I really wanted to keep this video as simple and concise as possible. If you have any burning questions, please put them down below in the comments and I'll do my best to get to them. In a couple of weeks, I will do my spring tour of my food forest, which is currently in year 2 of its development. And as I go along, I'll make sure to point out which plants occupy which layers. And you'll be able to get a sense of how a developing food forest actually looks in practice. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you think a friend might find this video useful, please share it with them. And if you're interested in seeing more of my urban homestead, please hit that subscribe button. Until next time, stay wildly green.